decent amount of information that I want to share about myself, I thought it would be at least suitable to finally do a proper get to know me video because I feel like a lot of people don't really know who I am, obviously, or at least just should probably have more information about myself if I really want to post random videos on the internet for strangers to watch. But yeah, my name is Precious Edwala. Um, my middle name is May, spelled Mae. My name kind of has like a significant meaning because I was born prematurely. So my name literally just means precious or of high value. And because I was born only 7 months, my parents thought that it was really important to name me that because I was, I guess, kind of like their miracle child. I don't know. Um, I am based in Southern California. I love living within Southern California. It's really nice. Weather's almost always good. And I love being a Californian. I am, and yes, I am unfortunately American. Um, what I do for a living, I quite literally, I am just your basic student. Um, I don't really do anything too like crazy or significant. Don't really. I don't have a job yet, guys. Yeah. But I plan on getting one soon, definitely. My height, I say I am 5 foot within anything that I'm applying for, even though I'm probably shorter than that. But that's just because of my Filipino genes. But yeah. Um, I am a junior. I am class of 2027. I do not have any siblings. I'm an only child. A lot of people are like, "Are you spoiled or whatever?" I'm like, "No, I'm just a person." I'm an only child, but I did grow up. Especially when I used to live in San Diego with my cousins, and I was the youngest out of all of them, so I kind of have like, I guess, like the best of both worlds in a sense. But yeah, my ethnicity, I am Filipino American with a little bit of Spanish, just like a very, very small amount though. But I am Filipino and I'm very proud to be Filipino. My culture is something I hold very close to my heart, and I started a Filipino culture club at my school called Cultura, and I'm very proud to have an impact on the Filipinos and the Filipino Americans within my own school and my own community. Um, my since I'm an only child, it's really just me and then my parents. And my parents both are working. My mom's a nurse and my dad's an accountant. Um, I don't have any pets. Unfortunately, when I was younger, I really wanted a dog, but we couldn't have one, also because my dad just doesn't really like pets. So I don't have a dog, but when I did live in San Diego, my aunt and my cousin both had one pet dog, respectively, and I do have experience, of course, with animals in that sense. But I've always just loved animals, um, not in like a, not in like a like I've always loved animals. I just don't really have enough passion for them to want to pursue a career as like a vet or something, but that's something that I did want to pursue when I was younger. But I do love animals and I care about them. I'm not vegan though. Sorry. Um my zodiac sign is Libra. So my son's I'm really into zodiac signs, astrology, all of that. So my sun sign is a Libra, my moon is in Gemini, and my rising is in Sagittarius. Um, my Chinese zodiac sign is Rat, and apparently the way that it's supposed to look for 2026 is pretty interesting. I know for the most part it's supposed to be a very transformative year for us rats, so I'm definitely going to hold that into account for all of that. My personality type with like the Myers Briggs whatever thing is I am, or my MTBI, I am a ENTG. Jeez, I am an ENTJ, which I believe is the commander. I remember I also found out what my personality like number thing is in like I think it's I actually wait, I think I'm confusing that with something else. Oh, my enneagram number. My enneagram number is A6 and my numerology number is 11. I don't really know that much about either of them, but I definitely want to look more into it. Um and I will say my Myers-Briggs is relatively um accurate because I am pretty bossy. But yeah, I speak I would say two languages and I sign one. So obviously I speak English. I also speak Tagalog, which is the language that they speak in the Philippines, or at least one of the many languages they speak in the Philippines. My dad speaks Sambal. It's a dialect from the region that he's from, which is in Masinloc, Zambales. Um, and then my mom speaks German actually. She lived in Vienna for over 11 years, so she knows German. She's taught me a little bit, so I know of course like danke and like bitte, but I'm not obviously that good at speaking it. When I was younger, I was enrolled in an after school program and they taught us how to speak Chinese. And I remember basically none of it except for like the numbers 1 through 10 for some reason. And then I also learned like very basic Spanish there too, but again, I don't really speak Spanish at least that much. Like I only know like obviously like the very basic like touristy phrases and stuff. And I mean, living in California, you kind of know and pick up some Spanish one way or the other. Um, so yeah. But I do sign a language. I know and I'm learning ASL. I have been an ASL student for over, I believe, since my freshman year. And I'm currently in ASL 3 honors. I can actually sign a little bit about myself, I guess. So, yeah. So yeah. Uh, I am do a couple of sports. When I was a sophomore, I did cross country. And that's when I realized I kind of do enjoy running. I just did not like the races. But yeah, no, I do enjoy running. It's probably like one of the ways of like fitness that I am very active with. When I was younger, I did yoga. Um, I sport wise, I also did gymnastics when I was younger too. Um, and I did oh my god, what's that one sport called? I did tennis too. Yeah, I did tennis in like third grade and I was really bad at it. Um and I also do and I currently play lacrosse. It's a sport that I love a lot. I am a midfielder, so I basically just run everywhere, but I love playing lacrosse. But I'm currently on a break from playing sports right now because I am very busy and preoccupied with some personal family stuff. Um, a couple of talents. I can sing. I know how to play a little bit of the guitar. I also played the violin for a while, especially when I was in elementary school. And I wish I played it. I really wish I had a violin still because I really do miss playing the violin. Talent wise, I can do a cartwheel, I can do a handstand. I used to actually edit videos and I had a YouTube channel where I would post like LPS videos and like Animal Jam videos and stuff. So that was fun. Um oh my gosh, I'm like talking so much. My favorite color is pink and black. I'm like literally wearing black right now, and my hair actually used to be pink, pinkish reddish, and then it faded to this sort of color. But I definitely do want to dye it again and do more with my hair. My favorite video games are, mm, I would say when I was younger, I really loved Animal Jam and Club Penguin. I love Minecraft. I also play Roblox, but I feel like everyone plays Roblox. Specifically on Roblox, I used to play Royal High a lot. I don't anymore. I really love Arsenal. I think that's like the only game that I've kind of played consistently ish, but to be fair, I haven't played like video games in a while. Oh, and I do play The Sims 4. And if there's any more games that I should play, please let me know because I'd love to play more video games if I have the time. My favorite season is um unironically, I feel like I definitely say summer because that's when like you have a lot of time for everything, but I feel like I also can appreciate um fall and but I think spring. mm, I'll stick to summer. I'll stick to summer because it's just the feeling of summer and like the waves and like the way that it gets like nice and warm, like in like the tan skin and everything. That's fun. I just don't like the overbearing heat, especially in like the desert. That's not fun. Um, I my favorite music genre I would say is very much like indie R&B. I listen to a lot of different artists. Obviously I love Frank Ocean. I love Clairo and I've been listening to her for a while. I also listen to I'm trying to think. Oh my gosh, like my mind is blanking out because there's like so many artists that I just adore. Um, and I listen to so many different like genres and stuff, and it definitely changes a lot. And I'm literally opening up Spotify right now because I'm trying to remember what what I listen to. Unfortunately, I have a lot of cousins who go to raves, and of course I'm exposed to like the EDM scene, and I definitely love ISOXO, Wooly, Subtronics, Grizz, I know Sarah Landry, and Horse Girl definitely is one of my top favorites, and Yusuke Yukimatsu is definitely my favorite DJ. And obviously Kate Trinata. Um, yeah, I love King Cruel. Besides like EDM and stuff, I love King Cruel. Um, definitely Billy Idol. Um, I love listening to the Smiths. I also love. I remember I in middle school I listened to Lana Del Rey, and oddly enough, like a lot of Tupac. Um, and I do love the band Sports, um, and JPEG Mafia. There's like really like a lot of artists that I do love. Oh, and Ariana Grande's been consistently my favorite for time and time again. I love her music and I've been a fan of her since like 2013. So yeah. My favorite albums are definitely Ariana Grande's Sweetener album. I would listen to that like 24/7 when I was in elementary school. My favorite artist, like my favorite album always on repeat. Brat by Charlie XCX is definitely another one too. And then if I can say this correctly, Ocean of Pearls. Oh my god. Ugh. Oil of Every Pearl's on Insides by Sophie. I believe I think Sophie's been an artist that I listened to since I think like I first discovered Sophie in like 2017 and I um just absolutely loved her work. Um Rest in peace Sophie because they were such a force within music in general and um I don't know how what else to say. I just love Sophie. But yeah, no Sweetener. Oil of a pearls on insides. I hope you get the point. Um, oh my gosh. And then there was that one like Tupac album that I did love. Oh yeah. Um, All Eyes on Me by Tupac, and then of course I have to mention Aaliyah. Aaliyah's debut album, Age Ain't Nothing But a Number. Um, I think there's probably more. Definitely, Jenny's Ruby. There's obviously like a lot more that I probably haven't mentioned. Oh, and then Nicki's what's it called? But whatever. Niki Nicki. I loved a lot of her music, especially "See You Never" and like her more R&B feel. But I do definitely love like her shift towards like a more like softer tone, if that makes sense. But yeah, I could go on about music and stuff like that forever. I'm not even gonna lie. I can't even say like what my favorite song is because there's just too many to count. Like I have so many, you know, but "Don't Dream It's Over" by The Crowded House will always be my favorite for sure. But yeah, enough about songs. Films. I do have a letterboxed, and I do have my top four favorite films, and it's American Beauty, 1999, Bottoms, 2023. Love Bottoms, and I love any body of work that Rachel Sennett is in. I'm a big fan of her, and I did watch I Love LA. Donnie Darko and Mysterious Skin, directed by Greg Araki. I am currently in the process of finishing watching Nowhere by Greg Araki, and I think his directing style is definitely very amazing. Um, I am trying to dabble more into film, I guess, because I remember when I was younger, I had such a big dream of being like a pop star and like a actor for some reason. Um, and I think appreciating film itself is definitely the reason as to why I wanted to pursue acting. Like, I think after seeing, oddly enough, I think when I was younger, what made me want to become an actor was, seeing, like, oh my gosh, what's her name? Ugh, I'm blanking out. Name, film, thing, think. I am looking at my letterbox and scrolling, trying to remember what film this was because, like, oh yeah, when I first saw Emma Watson in the Harry Potter films, I was like, oh my god, I would love to be an actor. And like seeing like the behind the scenes and stuff, it looks so much fun. I don't really know if I would ever want to do or pursue acting professionally, but it's definitely something that I would want to try. Um, but film wise, yeah, I love all four of those. And I can definitely do a video more talking about my favorite films and just that whole thing in general. Oh, and my favorite actor is Christian Bale. He is amazing and he is so handsome too. Um, and I love Christian Bale, Rachel Sennett, Iowa Debris. Mm, what's his name? He was in Mysterious Skin and 500 Days of Summer. Um, Joseph. Oh yeah, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. There's definitely probably like a lot more actors that I haven't named, but I love all of that definitely. Um, yeah. My favorite film like television TV shows whatever. I am watching The Pit and I love The Pit. It's a kind of like medical procedural drama, but it's very accurate. But I do love The Pit. I love Degrassi. It's always one of my favorite shows to watch. Like the whole Degrassi series, I love it. And Monty Santos, you will forever be famous, and you will forever be such a big inspiration to me and my style and my confidence and everything, especially as a Filipino girl. I watched Euphoria. It's not like my favorite, but something show that I do keep up with. Trying to think more TV shows. TV. See, I don't know why I have such like a weird thing where I'm scared to talk in front of a camera. So that's kind of, I guess, one of the reasons why I did start the YouTube channel is because I wanted to get more comfortable talking in front of a camera, and kind of to discover more about myself in a sense. Um. So yeah. Favorite TV shows, man. I guess those are like my top contenders. Oh, and I do love The White Lotus. There we go. Yeah. But yeah, those are my favorite I guess like my favorite TV shows. My favorite YouTubers are obviously Danny Gonzalez and Drew Gooden. I also do love intellectual media. Her body of work is so amazing, especially as a history nerd. I just love everything that she makes. There's also Mina Lay. Love her commentary and her fashion sense too. And then Modern Girls and their fashion videos. I would say I'm kind of into fashion. I mean, like I've always been into it when I was younger. I remember I got voted best dressed in like middle school, and I won like a plastic Oscar for that. But yeah, no, I think fashion and style are definitely something that I've always been into. Just beauty, like love, and just things that are very artistic. I've always been into the arts, definitely. Um, but yeah, my favorite books. I'm trying to get more into reading. I just finished reading Crying in H Part by Michelle Zauner. So I definitely love that book. Will Send You My Flowers, and obviously A Diary of a Young Girl by Anne Frank was probably, I think, like one of like the books that I read in middle school and absolutely adored and loved. And I'm currently reading 1984 by George Orwell, and I definitely want to get more into reading. Especially also because I take AP Lang, so it'll help me for that with that especially. Um, my favorite food is mac and cheese and ice cream. Point blank. Period. I just love the two. Specifically, Panera mac and cheese will always be my favorite. My favorite drink, besides water, obviously, is a good glass of lemonade and like the Korean mogu mogu, specifically the lychee flavor. I love that. My future plans, I want to obviously like, besides just I guess making corny little videos on YouTube and posting them, um, I really want to go to college, obviously, because I think that higher education is something that's so important. So, obviously, I want to go to college, and if, like, and I want to major specifically in something within STEM. I would love to, like, do, like, a double major where, like, I do, like, obviously something within STEM. Like, I really want to pursue engineering. And then like have like a minor under like a more humanities related like subject because I feel like the two obviously go in hand and I have such um I did a debate for my AP Lang class and I definitely enjoyed doing that. I enjoyed speaking and articulating my thoughts and I would love to find an outlet where I can do that more besides just YouTube, maybe, get into public speaking or something. But I would love to pursue engineering. I feel like I would really want to do something that has to do with like maybe urban development or like also like, like design and like just something broad, but something that also relates to my love of, I guess, like programming ish, kind of. And like, game development, fun fact, I did make a game on Roblox before. Was it that good? No, but it's definitely like a work in progress, and I would love to do more in game development. But yeah, in the future, I would love to go to college. Um, Obviously, my plan is, go to college. I want to definitely move away from where I currently live. I definitely would love to live in, like I would either I mean like San Diego's definitely like an option, but I would definitely love to move to, like somewhere that's closer to LA kind of, because there's just so much career opportunity within LA, but definitely the Bay Area is one that I'm definitely considering. New York, again, a top choice for me too, a top contender. Um because and obviously Canada, specifically Toronto. The way that like for some reason like people feel of like fashion girlies feel about Paris or the way that like I don't know um I guess like aspiring creatives feel about like LA or New York is the way that I just feel about Toronto. Like I just love Toronto. I love it there. I enjoyed my experience wholeheartedly, and even though it is cold and definitely different from the warmth of California, I would love to live there. Absolutely. 100%. Um so yeah, I don't know, my future plans is to go to college and live my life to the fullest, surf, hike, be rich obviously, but like rich within happiness and obviously like financially stable is something that I definitely want. My fears, I definitely am scared of losing control. I am a perfectionist and I like it when things are perfect. Um I definitely like it when things are like definitely like well mapped out and planned and stuff. And it's very hard for me to grapple with, like, losing that sense of control, because I definitely want to be the person who can control my own narrative within myself and like within the way that I'm presented online and also in public. And I think that having like a proper sense of control of what you're doing in your own projects is something that I hold so deeply, and that's why losing that would be probably my biggest fear. I don't have a fear of drowning. I don't know, like when I was younger, I've never feared the water, oddly enough. Like I drowned once, and I never got that scared. Um, but yeah, no, my goal in life is just to be happy and fulfill that. Who I would want to play me in a biopic? Definitely Eva no. Oh my god, I'm like slurring over my words. Eva Noble. Oh, I know how to pronounce her name. I swear. Just I need to breathe. I need to breathe. But she was on Hades Town. Eva Noblezada. Eva Noblezada. There we go. I loved her in Hades Town. She is just so fantastic, and if she could play me in a future film, that would be fantastic. And or definitely any other like Filipino American actor who definitely wants to make it out there. I mean, like, but yeah, and then my other experience with like social media and like like film specifically, I acted in a music video for my friend's film class, and that was quite the experience. I also want to. I also managed my mom's like Facebook account or whatever because she wanted to be like a digital creator. So I managed her social media account for like a little bit, and like I was the one who was like editing the videos and stuff. Um, but yeah, overall, what I want to do in life is I want to travel and I want to be happy, I guess, is really like what can get into the sauce. And I definitely want to make an impact within my career with as what's it called, an aspiring hopefully engineer, but yeah, and I started this channel. Why did I start this channel? I started this channel because I want to get more comfortable speaking in public. I want to get more comfortable articulating my thoughts. I want to um like get over my fear of being seen and actually, like see myself do things and, like accomplish things through social media. And um like I might be tired, but I have goals to reach and I have places to be, and I definitely, I would want to see how my channel grows, see how my creative and artistic visions grow through having a YouTube channel. So yeah, but that's basically the end of this really long 30-minute video of just me talking about myself, because I don't know, I love myself too much, I guess. But yeah, um I guess that's basically it. Peace. Peace, and with love is precious.